Yo, yo, and hello. This is Angel Yvette with Time of Today, Tarot reads, and Oracle reads, and Energy reads. That's big O toe. Okay, that's the big toe.
I'm the big toe. Okay.
I'm the reader of the big toe, if you will. Hi, it's nice to be here. It's been a rough day for me, like emotionally and all that stuff. But all this week I've been pulled to sort of definitely make sure I get something created, even if I don't share it, like practice, okay? And familiarity, not to breed contempt, but to, practice. So that's what I'm here at least to do, because I'm trying something new. So I'm going to do this read, and it's going to be interesting, to say the least. And it's a reading that I've sort of put together myself, the style, the format, and all that. I hope that you are doing well. Let me know how you're doing today, May 6th, in the chat. Did you have a rough morning like me? All it took was a little bit of music to get out of it for me. Some steel pan music, which really helped me to get out of my mind and into my body and meditate a little bit. So now that we're here, I'm now listening to jazz. The cats are lounging, and without further ado, let's get into it. This is more so an energetic tap in just to see where we're all at. I really wanted to do it yesterday, but I just didn't have the energy. So I'm really happy that I'm at least able to do it today. I'm going to be using 3 decks. 3. I think I typically use about 3 decks, at least 2. And I am using them to extract the energy, to tap into the energy, and to see where the energy is taking us. Where it's guiding us to focus and to center ourselves at this time. I will be reading by modality and element, so hopefully it's more enriched messages that are produced that I'm able to extract. And then, of course, there will be an oracle message for each modality, as well as I'm going to be using a new deck that I got. I haven't really used it too much, and when I have used it, it's been intense. So this is a little bit of practice with that deck as well, and I'm going to use that energy to serve as the overall energy going into the reading, going into the energy of the reading, and the resolving energy to come out. Okay, and this deck is a deck that's focused on the major arcana. Ooh, everything's upside down. So it's an alchemical journey through the major arcana, and I felt like it was good because, I don't know, I felt almost a little lost the past few days, and I'm sure it's a energy that many people are feeling. So I thought I'd go ahead and do what I could to reach out, to tap in and read about it, because knowledge is fundamental, right? And I hope the music's not too loud. In all honesty, it's at a level 14, so it shouldn't be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the first overall message. There's 21 placements in the major arcana, so they're very large, so I don't really know the best way to hold them. I'm gonna take that. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the World, which is a good universal energy to just come into. I'm not going to read for the bottom of the deck right now. I'm just going to put these down and see what this card is. It's the Hermit, number 9. So I'm going to go ahead to the book and see what the Hermit stands for. No, I'll go ahead and read it right now, and then I'll pull the other cards after. So the Hermit. It's very stiff. I really haven't used them. All right, so here I actually have something for this. The call to go deep within may arise at any point in one's life, but it tends to strike in midlife with a particular intensity. Once some of our accomplishments have been achieved, we may find ourselves unable to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and something akin to an existential vacuum sets in. The urge to go deep may also come in times of crisis, such as following the loss of a loved one. The general feeling is one of intense contemplation, a need to retreat into solitude, escape, and reconnect with one's soul. We are reminded that the hermit retreating into the cave symbolizes the receptive element, the vessel, the feminine principle, impregnated by the active agent, the light of the hermit's lamp, the light of inner illumination. The cave holds the mysteries, the hidden, the uncovered, and since it has come to be associated with the Neolithic cult of the goddess, it may represent feminine psychology, the Great Mother archetype, Sophia of Mary Magdalene. This symbology is further highlighted by the alchemical correspondence of this card to the second stage of the alchemical process, dissolution, which is associated with introspection. We are invited to go within and explore our psychic interior, either through dreams, creative expressions, or depth analysis. Okay, so that we may be finding ourselves having trouble sleeping right now. I know my partner has been, and it may be a result of a grief that we're experiencing collectively. There's a lot going on and a lot to grieve about on a regular basis, but I think that things have been a little heightened with the state of the world and the state of rage that it's currently, the raging state that it's currently going through. It's not a state of rage, it's a raging state. And there's a difference to me in that it's not like a wrath. It's more like a response. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side for now. All right, that is the entering overall message. And I'm going to go ahead and lay out cards for everything else. So the way that it's going to go is I'm going to start with air, water, fire, and then earth, and then also mutable, cardinal, and fixed, so that we end up with a Taurus at the end. All right, without further ado. Thank you for bringing me here today to read for myself and the collective. Thank you for bringing us the unity that best serves us and guides us going forward. The energy of light, the energy of love, the energy of understanding. Okay, 5 of Wands is sticking out in my hand. It's the bottom of the deck energy. First card is the King of Cups, reversed, and the 2 of Pentacles reversed. So that's for air and water. Mutable air and water. All right. Oh. For mutable fire, we got the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands reversed. for Virgo. Energy. It's too much, so I'm going to say that this is it because it is sticking up. 5 of Wands. It's where the disconnect is occurring. I keep like going backwards thinking I'm going to be more in the camera, but obviously you see what happened. Okay, next we're going to Cardinal air, which is Libra. Cardinal water, which is Cancer. Cardinal fire. Whoa, that's way too many cards. It's supposed to be this one. Got it. Cardinal earth. Wow. 3 8s in the second row alone. So Cardinals, it's definitely about focusing on yourself. Mutables. Oh no, not mutables, fixed signs. The Tower and the 7 of Wands just came out. I'm not going to take it right now. Fixed there. Ace of Pentacles. Fixed water. Queen of Cups reversed. Fixed fire. 6 of Swords reversed. And lastly, but not leastly, fixed Earth. And it's the card that I thought it would be, the 6 of Cups reversed. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands reversed. Overall energy there. I think there's a need to be open at this time with the fixed, with Page of Wands reverse coming out at the bottom for the overall. I think that it seems that there needs to be less defensiveness, which less defensiveness does not mean lack of strategy or lack of resolution. Okay, let's go ahead and go into the reading, and I'll pull the closing oracle from the Alchemical Journey deck after. I'm going to go ahead and pull the Gaia oracle right now and place at the end of each row. Mutables, what's the overall energy there for this time, for going forward and making the most of where we've been, making the most of what we've experienced up to this point of the 6th of May 2026. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. And for Cardinals, what is the energy Cardinals. And finally, for fixed signs, what is their energy right now? Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Eternal love, happiness, fulfillment, harmony. Was at the bottom of the deck, but it was flipped around. I think that is a beautiful message to come out and to coincide with the Page of Wands reversed. I think that in proceeding with not being defensive as much in situations, not letting that be the immediate response, we're probably gonna experience more harmony and more happiness going forward and be able to gravitate toward that more. Like I said, just because you're not defensive doesn't mean you don't strategize, that you don't make the most of situations. And it's about working together, really. It's about working in alignment, as opposed to, and then like, instead of being defensive, maybe just going, like the hermit said, going into yourself, seeing whether something is aligned with you or not, and then acting accordingly. And that's just how I feel. So for Mutable Air Gemini, you got the King of Cups reversed. So maybe this is a time where I'm just going to say the cards and read them as they are, as a collective message, okay? Gemini got the King of Cups reversed. Mutable water is Pisces. Pisces got the Two of Pentacles reversed. Sagittarius got the Queen of Wands reversed with the Page of Cups to back it up. And Virgo got the Five of Wands. So this is really about like deciding what's aligning, what you're aligning with. Are you going toward fighting more or being more defensive, or looking to restore a sense of balance and a sense of steadiness during this time? And that is something that you should reflect on, and reflect on how and what components need to be put in place for that to happen, for that to feel right. And I know it's a really crazy time right now, and it's probably really difficult to do that and find the energy to do that. But something's got to give. That's what I feel like. There's something new that wants to begin. There's a new process that's desiring initiation. And it's going to start with you doing internal work before you bring it to the surface, or bring it public, or bring yourself to really align with anything outside of yourself. Okay? That's what this is feeling like. From the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands for Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands came out reverse. Sagittarius, confidence. There's an issue with confidence going on. And just like I said in the beginning of this video, if nothing else, this video is for practice, you know? Even if I don't share it, even if it feels cringy, which it does, at least I'm getting practice out of it to be more confident, right? Two of Pentacles reversed for Pisces is like, it's literally, it's such a Piscean card to me. With the purple light, it almost looks like a fish. And the fact that they're really on the surface of the water, okay? And I feel like Pisces, it's going to come down to practicality, potentially, and possibly having to come out of here, having to put your emotions aside. It's a Pentacles card. Rise above your emotions. The card, the subject in the card is literally riding a bike on water and glowing. That's what's going to bring you forward toward your alignments, I feel, in the most steady way. For the King of Cups reversed for Gemini, if you don't love it, don't do it. he's holding up a beverage and a cigar. Maybe that's some vices that we should consider. Maybe it's about vices we should consider ceasing and stopping, because it is not helping us to have any movement. Like, it may be even holding us back. Like, we may not be sitting around and doing things, but even in our practices, we're not getting far. We're not getting to the next step of things. So there is that for the mutable row. Let's see about the cardinals. We have cardinal air, which I believe is Libra. Libra, you got the Eight of Swords. I'm looking at the card. I see the swords, but I said wands. The Eight of Swords. For Cancer, you got the Death card. For Cardinal Fire, why can't I think of Cardinal Fire? Is that Aries? Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So it must be Aries. Aries, you got the Eight of Cups reversed. So I like this energy because it's like it's got a person on here that looks sort of like Amelia Earhart, and I'll just show you the card. There's all these equations. I think that going forth for you is going to be about knowing you understand already, knowing that you've already done the calculations, you've done all the measurements, you've done all the research that you can in something to know how to go forward. And for Cardinal Earth, I'm blanking right now. Cardinal Earth, which is Capricorn. You have the Eight of Wands, baby. So, and for the Cardinals, the card is fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So yeah, I think that the gravitation toward fulfillment, harmony, and protection for Capricorn is going to be more certain than not by Capricorn doing what Capricorn does. Working hard, staying diligent, staying sturdy and strong. Okay? So now I'm going to go into the fixed signs. And Ace of Pentacles is the card for fixed air, which is, I should have written this out because like my brain. Fixed air is Aquarius. Aquarius, you're about to come into some sort of, or maybe you're finding yourself in a monetary, or just like literally you found a house, or you found a situation where you're sturdy and you do feel like you can take on the world. Like you, like maybe it's your garden and you're harvesting your garden in May because you've tended to it. That's what that feels like. For fixed water, which is Scorpio, the Queen of Cups reversed is the card. I feel like there's almost this like seductive, like the face of this person is almost like daring and seductive. And I feel like maybe that's something that's been a situation or a trait that has carried you up to this point, and now in the essence of remembrance, which is the oracle card for the fixed signs, you may be finding it hard to keep it steady, keep yourself steady because of the overswelling of emotions that you're feeling. So that face, that demeanor is shaky, right? The advice from the entering overall oracle message is to go into yourself. So in going into yourself, you may be almost sequestered into this like realm of remembering, and it may not be remembering things that were supplementing to you at first occurrence, or that things that actually really hurt. I think that you should look into transmuting that feeling into a sense of fulfillment. Everything, not to say that everything happened for a reason, but there's a reason why everything happened. For a fire fixed sign, That's Leo. We have the Six of Swords reversed. So Leo, you're going somewhere maybe, but it's not necessarily like you're fleeing. It's not like you're running from something. It's maybe running towards something, being in your gravitational field and going toward what you're aligned to, right? The imagery here is interesting because there's a hot, like a zephyr, I think it's called. But it's almost like a hot air balloon, because aren't people usually inside of zephyrs, right? All you need to know is that your confident self is going to take you forward and back you up in your insecurities. That's what you need to tap into at this time. If you're facing any type of uncertainty, you have clear vision, which is beautiful. You have clear, crystal clear vision of where you want to go, and maybe it's the application of how to get there that is stomping you. Just know that you have what it takes to reach the apex of where you're trying to get to. And when you get like confused about that, to go into yourself, again with the Hermit, go into yourself and remind yourself of who you are and what you know, what you do know, instead of focusing on the things that are alarming or surprising and that threaten to take you out of your element. Lastly, we have fixed Earth, and that is Taurus. And Taurus got the Six of Cups reversed with remembrance. I think this is huge energy right now, huge in the scheme, in the scope of letting things go. So there's a lot of beautiful flowers in this shop, and specifically in this cup that this person's holding. But I think that if you hold it on too long, you may become entangled, like this fine lass is. Okay, so it might hold you back, or some of these matters might hold you back. So whether that is another person or other people, or just like the uncertainty, because the ocean, first of all, that's a lot of uncertainty, right? There's a lot of uncertainty in the ocean. We don't know about the ocean, okay?
We don't know everything about the ocean.
We know some things, but we don't know everything, okay? At the feet, at the legs, there's all this smog, so it may be like even down to familial things, like the root of your being. There are some things that you may need to cut off or let go of as you carry forward, so that you can better align with what's meant for you and what you're meant for. The Remembrance card says resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Don't let your past feelings and emotions entangle you, encumber you, especially at this time. Six of Cups is talking about the past, right, in itself. So it's a card about the past, whether it's your younger self, your little sister or something, or your younger sibling. And with it coming out reverse, I think it's really conveying the need to go forth as opposed to going back. To go forth with remembrance, like don't let memories die, like use them as fuel to structure your future, but don't let them encumber you and hold you back. That is that. So let's see with this deck what the closing oracle energy will be. Okay. I'm still learning how to best shuffle these. I'm gonna just do it like this. One time, maybe two times. Ooh. Gosh, these cards are so big. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just gonna take this, which is actually two cards, so I'm going to take this one because it's the one that stood out, but the Wheel of Fortune is on the bottom. I think that's really reminding us that we have so much more power than sometimes we feel or are led to believe. And that the momentum of our future is really based now in the present. That's what I'm feeling from that message. All right, let's see what this card says. It is death. Honestly, Cancer in the main reading got this death card that came out. So this may be a message specifically for Cancer to take into consideration at this time. All right, let's see what death says, and then that'll be the end of the reading. Thank you so much. If you're here, please remember to like and share and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. Death.
Let me go ahead and switch the Hermit out.
And this may be a closing of the Hermit energy. We may be coming to a closing of the Hermit energy. The Hermit is a 9 in itself. So with the energy coming in being the Hermit, maybe leaving, maybe this is a finalization of that energy going forward. Okay? We'll see. Let's see. Death. As the central theme of the Orphic myth, death acts as an initiatory card into the Orphic mysteries. Orphic is spelled Orphic. I don't know what it means, but I will try to follow up and let y'all know. Whenever this card comes up in the reading, we can expect a period of trial or a descent into the underworld. This may look like depression, grief, or a dark night of the soul. How the seeker conducts oneself in the process will have consequences on their evolution. Death depicts the aftermath of a catastrophic event. The landscape is dark and somber. Plumes of smoke rise up from the smoldering ashes. Then the rain comes, rehydrating the parched ground. Young seedlings begin to emerge, then grow into their destined forms, attracting all sorts of insects and birds. Life begins anew. On the planetary level, death stands for climate change and aftershocks of natural disasters, war, and pestilence. It calls for creative approaches to finding solutions and for altruism. In every end, there is a seed of a new beginning, a new life. This experience of suffering may open doors to new ways of being, relating, or of adapting. In alchemy, this card corresponds to calcination, the first step of the alchemical process in which the material we are working with is exposed to fire. The alchemical fire can manifest its anger, grief, or all-consuming passion. We may dream of great fires. We may be having dreams of fires. Allow this fiery emotion to overcome you, and then slowly return to your center, behind the veil of thoughts, to the present moment. Keep alternating between these two states at your own pace, and for as long as it feels right, until the portion of the grieving is reduced to 20 minutes a day. Breathe deeply. One day, when you are able to look at the past objectively without succumbing to overwhelming emotion, you'll be able to contemplate these challenging events in the broader context of your biography and understand their true educational value is related to karma and evolution of your soul. Death teaches you that in times of suffering, a shift in consciousness often takes place as we realize to what extent we alone perpetuate and needlessly create our own suffering. That's Wheel of Fortune energy. We realize that our interpretive approach to any given situation can drastically alter its outcome. This knowledge will cultivate a powerful inner strength and feeling of freedom. As we stand on the barren landscape of smoldering ashes, we see a new dawn rising and a heavy rain cloud looming over the distance. All right, that's a powerful, powerful message. If you need to rewind it, hear it again. That is the message going out of this period. It's a message of rebirth, essentially, of allowing yourself to let go of something, the Taurus message, to renew or to revive or to rebirth. So thank you again for being here. Remember to stay light, be love, and that you got this. And please be sure to come back. I will be sharing the Gemini season preview soon. And so keep a lookout for that, probably sometime next week. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye.